Tosha Tribe. So this is just a video about some business practices that we have learned. This one is in particular kind of like maybe a little bit of an customer relation, working with people, and kind of like, I don't know how I would really categorize this, because I would say it's like HR in terms of learning how to deal with people, but it's also like kind of understanding what the culture is like here and how you are going to have to amend the way you do certain things here, because, you know, if this is what everybody else does here, the only thing you're going to be able to change is how that culture works in your organization. But unless the outside wants to, they're not going to. I had done a video earlier about like some soft skills, right? Like overall how here in this market, a lot of people are not really taught the importance of communication and talking to people and getting in contact with people and doing as you're saying you do. This is a place where accountability is lacking. And although Kenyans are very polite, they can be very passive aggressive, much more than in the West. Like y'all know, I moved from New York from here, and you know, New Yorkers are not passive aggressive at all. So it is really hard to deal with. And when I'm saying passive aggressive, what's gonna happen is you might, for instance, have a whole meeting with somebody, and you're gonna leave that meeting thinking everything went great. You're gonna come up with dates when you expect certain things to happen, when you expect paperwork back or whatever, and they are never gonna adhere to it at all. You're gonna have to call them and call them and call them and call them before they get a response. And it's obnoxious. We had a really good meeting. I'm still waiting to see what's gonna happen afterwards, and it's been like 3 weeks now, where I was the same. We had a really good meeting, met up, these were the dates, this is what we're gonna do. I didn't hear from the guy all last week. We're supposed to be going over there to do training, still haven't heard. Even today, I'm waiting to see, because I'm waiting for his call later today, and if I don't hear him, I'm gonna have to harass him tomorrow. It's obnoxious. Another thing here, right, like in the States, at least for us, like, look, when I was a lawyer, I could send out an email, I'm gonna get a response back, okay? If I don't get a response back after a certain amount of time, I'm gonna call you. Most people here do not respond to email, okay? You might send your invoices, your statements via email, and these people are gonna call you and be like, oh, I never got it. I sent it to you via email. Why would you have an email address if you're not gonna be using it? They're not gonna use it. They're gonna make you go there with hard copies, with paper over there, okay? Right now, I think a lot of the things are moving towards being more electronic here. But like, for instance, some of these government offices, you're gonna walk in, bro, they have got files of paper everywhere from like before British occupation, okay? It like makes no sense. Another thing you're gonna get a lot when you're dealing with people, they're not gonna pick up their phones and they're gonna just turn their phones off. It is so irritating where you're calling and you're like, oh, hey, I need this from you. Oh, what's going on? Their phone's just gonna turn off. They're not gonna pick up the phone. They're not gonna give you your blue checks. Nobody's gonna pick up. And it is so infuriating. Or when you go to a place where you've had a whole conversation and a whole meeting with one person, the next time you go back and they're like, oh, they left. What do you mean they left? There's this weird cultural thing here where people believe that they should stay in their jobs for 1 year, and then they move on to the next. I have seen some resumes, y'all, no lie, grown people, like grown, talking about like over 40, and they literally have worked at like 15 places. 1 year, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, one. And it's like one day on one of the Facebook groups, I was like, why do y'all do that? It's like, oh, to learn experiences. You're not learning nothing and nobody's a year and a less. You're just getting in, you're learning the culture, you're learning what's supposed to get done, and then in a year you just bounce. We get a lot of conversations where you'll have a meeting with a procurement manager, you're gonna meet them, and then 2 weeks later, that same procurement manager is gonna call you looking for a job. Okay? And it's like, aren't you my contact over there? And it's like, yeah, but I hate it here. So do you have work? I'm just gonna come. Okay. Another one, getting paid. I hate having to do that right now. Because we're a small SME, that's what we're doing. I hate it just as much as I hate HR. Oh God, we have this one grocery store. Oh God. It's like they'll tell you, hey, come on a Friday at 2 to come get your check. You go there. Oh, we didn't do it. Well, can you just give it to me? No, we have to wait for the accountant to come back. Where's the accountant? Oh, he's just sick today. So you're telling me there's nobody else here who can do his job? You're telling me that if these are signed off checks, they can't get them? No, you'll have to come back. You'll go back the next day, then it'll be like, oh, the owner didn't sign the checks. So what does that mean? You'll just have to come back. We had another one where it was like, oh, the owner's gone for like the next 3 weeks. So what do you want me to do? Oh, you'll just wait until they're back. So you're telling me there's nobody here who can do anything? And it's like, nope, nobody. Another thing you need to learn is when you are going into these places and you're talking to managers and all of that, these managers do not have any buying power. They don't have any power at all. They are literally just there to stand to say that there's a manager on deck. You would be best served to just say hi and bye to them, get to know that manager so that they can give you to the real like procurement guys, marketing guys, sales guys. But you leaving any samples with a manager, you asking a manager to have their owners call you back, it's never gonna happen. It is a waste of your time. You use the manager to go in to say hi, bye, let them see your face. There's a lot of our stores, they know me, oh, the Mzungu's here. A lot of them be like, oh, you know that white girl who talks? It's like, yeah, me, the white one. Y'all see my white on me, right? Anyways, it's really annoying. It's really, really annoying. And I'm telling you all of this stuff so you can learn from me. So that way, if you know how to mitigate some of this stuff, if you know how to manage yourself, it's really gonna make your life easier. It's obnoxious, y'all. That's all I can say. It's really obnoxious. Some of these guys, they won't pay you attention unless they see you in their face, and they got to see you like 5, 6, 7, 8 times. It's such a waste of time, but if that is what is required here, you just have to do it. We do it. I'm on here complaining to y'all, but trust and believe I am out here doing it because that's just what's required of me. Anyway, so these are just some of these little small business practices I'm telling you guys that you don't learn. You learn it when you're here, and you learn it when you're on the ground. You don't learn it when, it's like, oh, I'm in UK, but I started my business in Kenya. Good luck. Good luck. I would be very curious to see how that works out. These first formative years, you just got to be here, and you got to learn how to deal with it. And you got to learn who you can send out to deal with certain things, and certain things you can't, right? I use my accountants for everything finance. I just can't. I don't want to call or deal with somebody calling me about this. Just call her. Just makes your life easier. Divide and delegate these tasks. We definitely did a video about delegation, so just check it out. It's called Delegate. But anyways, these little small things in terms of communication with people here in the market for business stuff, it can be very, very taxing and very annoying, and make sure your house is very peaceful when you come home so that you can decompress. And that's all I got. Joshua Tribe, as always, a pleasure. Talk to you later. Like, subscribe. Let your people know. Talk to you later. Bye.